Welcome to ScienceGal Aquatics. I'm Kerri, and in today's video, well, it's a beautiful day here in the Ozarks, and it's time to get to work on the pond, so stay tuned. Welcome to ScienceGal Aquatics, your place for guppy love and more. Sharing the good, the bad, and the unexpected adventures of fish keeping. Let the show start in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy! Since today is such a beautiful day here, I thought it was a perfect time to go ahead and get everything cleaned up from the winter on the pond, really just making everything look a little bit better, and I thought it was a perfect time to go ahead and give you an update on how the koi and the rosy red minnows are doing, and they seem to have really grown over the winter, and I recently picked up something new for the pond that I'm super excited to show you. But first, I wanted to give you a look at what the pond looks like. The only damage from the winter was the small rip in the net. If only a simple, quick cleanup were enough. But stay tuned to see what happens next with the pond, and make sure you are subscribed to see what awaits ahead. It is at this point in the past, I would have gone ahead and done a water change on the pond, but I do truly want to test out this product that I just bought and show you how it goes. I have wanted to try a UV clarifier on the pond for a while now, but I have no idea what to expect, and it won't be an overnight fix for the green water. It will need to run for multiple weeks. When using new equipment, always read the directions. When installing, oils from your fingers can reduce the longevity of the UV bulb. Everything was set up and working just fine for a short amount of time. The goal of the pond is just to be able to see and enjoy the rosy red minnows and koi just a little bit better. Removing every bit of algae isn't necessarily the goal. Green water at times can be more beneficial than harmful, and the rosy red minnows are often found nipping algae along the liner. So if the pond doesn't end up completely clear, I won't be upset. So it has been a couple of days since the pond was hooked up, and everything seemed to be going really well. It does take a couple of weeks usually for the water to completely clear up,
But I did come out here this morning to check on things, and I noticed that the flow had stopped working. The equipment's still working, but there's no flow to the waterfall. Let me explain what's going on.
The problem lied in the fact that I wasn't using the correct tubing at all, and I was just trying to use something that I had on hand and some kind of random plastic piece to connect the tubing to the pump. And also, the pump just kept falling over, and this caused a major crack in the tubing. Deciding it was a perfect time to just go ahead and redo everything, we ran and picked up the correct tubing and materials to go ahead and reconstruct around the pond pump. But first, let's take a break, feed everyone, and see just how much they've grown. I did go ahead and leave all 4 koi, and at this point, I'm not even sure how many rosy red minnows in the pond all winter long. The pump and both air stones also ran all winter with no problems. But I did go ahead and allow for proper gas exchange to happen at the surface by simply having a pond de-icer, just to ensure there was always an open, unfrozen spot in the pond. And the koi did have a slightly deeper portion to go to just for the inactivity of winter, and so far everyone's grown a substantial amount. Now that I'm back at work, at this point all I'm simply going to do is drill a bunch of small holes around the outside perimeter of this plastic tub, and a slightly larger one matching the diameter of the tubing in the middle of the lid. And then once this is done, I'm just going to place the pump and all the new and existing media back inside the tub and place the whole thing back inside the pond. At this point, we're reconnecting everything back together, and we did use the reinforced tubing underneath the rock pile, but really just hooking everything back up correctly with the right materials, and then just waiting to see how everything will run. We did run into a minor snag when the pump wasn't working at first, but in the end, all is well. This is only the beginning of scooping out bits of stuff this summer. It's getting easier spotting the koi swimming about. It's been year 3 of having this water lily, and it's really starting to take off this year. had the opportunity to purchase some water lettuce, and I did want to try it again this year. Over the course of the next week, the pump did need cleaned out twice. But after it was cleaned out for this second time, I did begin to see small clumps of dead algae form that I simply just scooped out to remove. And after this, the pond rapidly began to clear the rest of the way up, and I'm thrilled with all the progress. Even after 4 weeks, I'm just happy to be able to better observe them all growing and flourishing, and that I'm just able to better safeguard them all in the future. Plus, the pond, honestly, is even more captivating to watch now. And let me know down in the comments if you have any tips. I'm considering expanding the pond in the future, and any know-how is much appreciated. Although it took a few weeks longer than expected to work, I'm sure just because the starting point of the pond was so green, I am happy with the results. I'm just afraid that the camera didn't quite capture exactly how much the pond has improved over the last month with the UV clarifier, but it was well worth the effort. There was a major jump in clarity during this week, and I do know that it's only going to continue to improve with time. I'm just excited to be able to have the opportunity to be able to enjoy the pond in a whole new way with you. All the fish are healthy, happy, and growing, and so far everything is running great, and I'm just eager to show you more in the future. Subscribe to ScienceGal Aquatics if you haven't already, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the comments. Thanks for watching. Enjoy!